6 people with autism versus 1 fake, and I have something I have to tell you. I think I'm autistic for the simple reason I have a lot of things in common. I'll tell you after the video if you stay. I'm not gonna sit here all day, waste your fucking time. Let's go. I'm here for the same things you here for.
Guys to be the mole.
This is gonna
He's
be
like, nigga, get to the vid, pussy. I don't care about you.
Like, I think I'm the mole, honestly.
I will, my fault. Hopefully Slugs didn't die. That nigga, he probably in Phantom stream or something. Oh, he's smoking.
I think we just talk about our disabilities.
I prefer disorder.
Disorder, yeah. I was diagnosed in middle school, and then I transitioned to a school for people on the spectrum. Once I graduated middle school and went to that school, I kind of really enjoyed where I was at and everything. This is really hard because there's like so
there's too many eyes on you. I feel that.
It's just taken a while to accept that I have a disorder. There's people who I've met myself who say you have autism, and my family would be like, did you tell him you have did you tell him you have a disability? No, I don't think I need to. But in reality, it really does help to know that I do have autism.
When they tell you have autism and you feel different from everybody, I know that shit feels good because you're like, wow, I have something. I know I'm not just a fucking freak show and I'm under something, and I know what to do to work towards getting better. Not even getting better, learning how to deal with it.
With me of being autistic when I was 5, but they hesitated to diagnose me because I was too intelligent.
I mean, that's a compliment right there, being too intelligent.
I feel like in some ways it was a little bit of an insult.
That should have been me too lazy. I can't smoke.
2. I don't see it as a disorder or a disability because I don't see my autism as something that's negatively affected my life. Because this is because these are like high functioning autistic people or mildly functioning. Like there's no, if you're a highly autistic, non-verbal, all types of shit, you wouldn't be able to function. So of course y'all can live your life. You're just gonna be like have social problems and shit, but you gotta I like the way I think, and I don't want to change a single thing about myself.
Honestly, like being here is like we have to. Oh, go ahead, Amanda. Sorry, I've spoken so.
I personally see autism as a disability. I have a master's in disability studies. The medical model of disability inherently says that autism or any other disability is within our own fault, and that we are the cause of the disability. But the social model of disability says that society is the cause of the disability. So autism is a disability because society is not made for me. That disability comes from
Bro, don't do it now.
I grew up sick and deaf, and I grew up feeling like I was such an outcast, and you know, and I was the odd one out. Oh hey, I just used the name of the. That was fun.
That's a bar. Hell, she just barred it up. Hold on.
It's you know, like
I thought this was Darius from TikTok.
Me, you know,
I was about to be like,
going up, you know, going to school and everything. You know that people don't perceive me as this normal guy. So I figure if I'm going to be this autistic person, you know, like might as well be the best autistic person I can be. You know, always, yeah, you know, always try my best to excel in school. You know, always be like one of the smartest kid in school. You know that's a whole stereotype.
I would consider myself a late bloomer. I was diagnosed at the age of 22. I went most of my life always knowing that there's something different about me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. The reason why I only got diagnosed this year was because I recently moved to a large metropolitan area that has many resources, and so that was
8 siblings and a middle child. Hell
decisions I've ever made in my life because I have access to therapy, and I was finally able to get an answer that I was always looking for. I really struggled to fit in. I really struggled to be able to come up with the right words to get other kids to want to talk to me. And so
yeah, me saying I'm autistic, I mean, I'm not like fully but I was able to still function and shit, but I have a lot of things I'll tell you after the video. He cared.
Stood out pretty badly. And that continued throughout my entire time in grade school. I remember first feeling what depression was when I was around 6.
But he not know.
So when I was in university,
he not know. Oh my God, never mind. I thought I read that wrong.
Because I was studying psychology, and they have different things you can apply for. And I noticed one of them was they were studying autism in women, specifically like people who are older. So I applied.
Wait, we're supposed to be picking who's the fake autistic person. What if it's her? What if she has something else and she's just throwing us for a fucking loop?
That was how I got my diagnosis, which was like, I was 21 then. My wife,
Like, that would be
and,
a
one of my
game
friends
changer.
are actually the only people that
You would think it's her, right? I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna fall for that.
Surprise family
it's
or
not gonna
friends,
be
anyone
obvious.
who's watching. It was like an eye opener. It was kind of bittersweet because it was like,
Nah, she might be a real
happy now
autism
I have
baby,
answers
but-
to all things that were going on before that I thought might have been something wrong with me.
There is nothing wrong with you. Okay.
He passed it down to the family
I
tree.
agree with that.
I agree. I agree now.
Should I go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with when I was a child, but I didn't know I was autistic because, I mean, as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, I mean, I don't know how one even knows
would
what
you
it's
know
supposed
that?
to be up with them.
And they don't
So
even be on mental health.
It's definitely
for, like,
hard to speak in groups.
our minority
situation, 'cause
communities.
I can never tell the rules of like how to, like when to talk and when to speak up. It's kind of like just jumping in like right when you're kind of feeling like it. Plus, I've also blocked a lot of my childhood memories from trauma. And so I lived my whole life just wondering why I couldn't connect to people.
Understand
Understand
feelings
each
and-
other.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a questions about like what are stimulants like? Do you guys like chew gum or do you guys?
Autistic people don't have to act
anything?
disabled. There's varying levels of autism. There's like severe autism, and there's people who are high functioning autism where you wouldn't even know they have autism. There's like no, not high function. Yeah, high functioning, and there's like mild autism. Damn near. What's the point of even telling people like shit like that?
Thing that you guys do specifically.
It depends
to, like,
how
keep you guys
severe your
calm or
autism
Keep you
is.
guys.
There's
Go ahead,
mild
Amanda.
autism.
Color pink.
The color pink.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
It's
You're
my
very pink
favorite
right there.
color in the whole world. My whole room is pink at home. My bed is pink. My bedspread is pink. And my
Your
pillows
dress
are
is pink?
And my rug is
Your shirt
pink,
is pink?
And my carpet is pink. And
God
I even have a
damn.
very pink picture of and most of my clothes are pink. I love pink.
She
It's
live in
the
a
best color in the whole world.
Pepto-Bismol bottle.
Okay, I've
Damn.
I love blue too.
I'm still slurring like I'm off the wine. Fuck.
Well, I mean, it's subjective.
How do you guys feel about that term high functioning?
I don't like that
I
term
didn't
at
really
all.
think about it too much.
I don't think I think about it either.
Autism is too much of a spectrum.
See, I said
So
high
many people with
functioning.
autism have so many different experiences.
I can't
See,
choose
they're
any
explaining
of you
it to you.
guys to be them all.
This is gonna be the
There's all
hardest
different
thing.
Stuff like it's like I think
scales
I'm
to
the
it.
mole, honestly like
Like how they were like, try to find them all. And we're like, maybe there's none. There's Just go on.
Even the person who's neurotypical might just be an undiagnosed autistic.
Yeah.
You never know that. You never
True.
know about that.
I mean, like,
Bro, if you start going down the list of autism things, you might just start falling into it and you'll realize, damn, all of us might be autistic.
how this relates. Wait a second. Huh.
If she
The
isn't
mole
the
might not
she's
be
the fake. Yeah, she's the fake. I'm
neurotypical.
a
Just
fucking
because someone
lose it.
doesn't have autism doesn't mean that mole could have like ADHD.
I heard
or
that a specific
OCD,
friend can
Actual-
different.
it's
and
IT.
could be overlapping the
AP
symptoms
motherfucker.
that could be associated with autism as well.
My kid has a genetic condition that is not autism, but does manifest behaviorally and neurologically in many ways that are similar to autism. So when people interact with my kid, they often see an autistic
think he has
child,
autism.
but my kid isn't autistic.
Does autism run in any of your guys' family?
I realized I was autistic because my half brother, he's 5 years old. Well, I guess he's 7 now. Whoops, I don't know his age.
Damn, nigga.
I see him. I'm like, huh? Wasn't I like that when I was a kid? My mom was like, yeah, because we thought you're autistic too. I was like, what?
And I just found out that my youngest nephew was just recently diagnosed with autism as well. So, but luckily he had an uncle who already experienced everything that he's going to experience, and I can I could be a mentor towards him.
Yeah, my dad is an undiagnosed autistic. Sorry, Dad.
Now we're Gen Z
Go
coaching.
ahead.
do you ever like wake up and feel like you're not
An autism symptom that's not written down in the medical books is a fedora. Put that one in the books.
and or like you have a disability, you're like, this is just me. Like
Wouldn't it be
Yes.
fucked up?
That way.
It's called masking.
It's the point of the fucking
I
game,
think
nigga.
I could be
It's not
be
messed
seen as
up.
neurotypical past
They
sometimes
agreed to the
because
game, and we're picking which one is
I try to
autistic.
hide as
And
much
we're
symptoms
picking which
as
one's not
possible
autistic.
because I was trained to do
Pressing
so.
certain behaviors we find soothing that others think are weird as such as bro, okay. I have something where I like rub my lips on soft fabrics and I feel them and shit. Like I stim, like I do that shit. And it's always been something weird that no one else around me does. No, I've never seen no one do this shit. So I looked it up and they said, thank you for the 1-bit gift of them with the LGBTQIA plus flag. Thank you. That nobody else did this. And I was like, damn it, I'm weird as fuck. But I realized I looked up the symptoms. It said sensitive to fabrics and may do shit with it. I'm like, oh my God. Then I had other shit in common. I'm like, bro.
Early age.
People that don't have experience with others who have autism.
And then I'm not spilling other people's business. I was gonna say,
you know, I mean, we all look like humans.
I think you can blame that partly on, you know, the media, how they portray us.
We don't really have a good representation of us.
No, we don't.
What that movie with Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, you know, where you know you being on the spectrum automatically mean you're good at gambling. I wish I was good at gambling or something.
That's what Rain Man.
None of them have the same experiences that I do. So there's no way to have pinpointed, oh, this person is more quiet, this person is more socially awkward. There's no way to tell who was autistic or not.
On the count of 3, will the mole
I can't get over that lower back
raise
fat.
their hand?
They didn't vote nobody out.
1,
I just realized that.
2.
Who do y'all think it is? Who do y'all think it is? I'm going with... Why is she smiling like that? What if it's this blue nigga? What if they throw the curveball? Fuck. I'm thinking a blue nigga or her in the pink. Her in the pink.
3.
Pink. Fuck. I was looking at her. She was smiling. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call her. I'm sorry.
I totally didn't see that coming.
I was gonna pick her and she was smiling. I didn't.
I was
fuck.
like, no, it cannot be her. It can't be her.
I never would have guessed.
I actually didn't lie about anything. I just flipped out autism with FASD, and it stands for Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder. I was exposed to alcohol when I was inside my mom in the womb for the first 5 months.
Jesus Christ.
And you can kind of think of FASD as a spectrum just like ASD.
Even though she might not have been autistic, there are a lot of overlaps between autism and many other neurological disabilities.
FASD is never.
That's why they tell you not to
talked
drink and
about.
smoke
I've
with your
never met a
fucking
single
child.
person who shares that diagnosis with me.
What differences do you see between people with autism versus?
I actually see a ton of similarities, and I wouldn't want to you know, discredit anybody else's experience, but autism does run in my family very heavily. My dad has autism, I have a sister that has autism, and I have quite a few cousins who have autism.
Bro, I feel like so many people just have undiagnosed autism, and it's not gonna help diagnosis them with autism, because then it's basically like a norm. But I feel like a lot of us just have this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have quite a few friends who have autism.
I know I have it.
We're not your first.
Looking back on everything.
The autism community accepts you.
I love you guys.
Getting
Accept
a
me.
diagnosis can be
Please.
a whirlwind of emotions. As long as you stay true to yourself, I promise you everything's gonna end up okay.
We are more than the label that defines us.
True.
Each label we have is a whole spectrum.
A diagnosis does not define somebody. Everybody is completely unique.
It gives you
whether
that sense of
you're
relief, though.
neurotypical or neurodivergent.
Gonna be fucked up. You faking to have autism and it's completely clean from disorders. They would never do that. They would never do that where somebody's faking an accent, like they have a lisp or speech impediment. They wouldn't do that stupid shit ever. But bad, I'm gonna tell you why I thought. I have like some shit where like I was a perfectionist, right? Very bad. Like I couldn't get essays done. I'm always recorrecting every word if it's not done right, taking me forever to get done. I'm eating my food. If my burger falls apart, like something falls on my burger, I can't eat the food no more. Like, bro, it was bad. I couldn't eat my fucking food. It was very bad. OCD, I guess you could chalk it up like that. But I have a bunch of symptoms of autism, like directly linked to that shit. And perfectionism is a part of autism. So I have multiple symptoms with it. It explains a lot in my childhood. If you relate, did you pick the right person? And do you relate? Like, do you have autism? Like, I think I do. I'm self-diagnosing. Fuck you, okay? I know what I got, nigga. You tell me what you got, or don't tell me. I don't care. You be safe.